Now here goes Miss Lisa. Oh my gosh, Lisa, wrap it up. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie, for those who don't know me, reviewing 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days, Season 8, Episode 15. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. We're going to pick up with the couples that I skipped last time, starting with Emma and Zead, or now it's just Emma. Because the last time we saw Emma, she was being broken up with in the desert on her birthday. So she was crashing out, being like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he left me by myself. Well, in his defense, she was not by herself, but he did leave her. Can I fully blame him? Not necessarily, because he left her because of the lies. Yeah. Are we going to have selective memory here, Emma? That's the reason why you got left. You were lying to this man actively, and you still wanted him to propose to you, even with all of this that you were withholding from him. Come to find out, the next day she finds a new Riyadh to stay in. Her friend is like, yeah, I think it's time that you leave the guys of Morocco alone. She's been in contact with Muhammad. So you want us to have sympathy for you because this man left you, when in fact, you've still been entertaining the idea of getting back with Muhammad. Why is this man calling her as she's doing her confessional?
Who's it? Muhammad. So do you want to talk? We can get like lunch or something. Call you when I'm there.
What did he say?
Oh my God, hearing his voice just is giving me anxiety. He sounded cute. I don't know. It's just like a lot of old feelings are coming back.
This girl is like, oh, I didn't think that I would ever see Muhammad again, but a little part of me was hoping that maybe we'd be able to reconnect it. So Zead was right to question you and to question your intentions and to say you are nowhere near the place where he could see himself marrying you. He was correct in saying all of that. And she was trying to get sympathy all the time, but for what? He was correct. So now here's this girl preparing to go meet this man, right? She pulls out a ring. It's the engagement ring that he gave her a year ago. And she's like, yeah, I kept it because I didn't know if I wanted to give it back to him to get closure or if I wanted to just get rid of it or whatever. And I'm sorry. This is why I don't believe in the closure BS. Sometimes closure is necessary, but oftentimes when people say they need closure, they're just trying to have either the last word or that last little chance to get back together. It's not because you feel like things just need to be wrapped up in a nice bow so you can finally move on. No, you either want to get your lick back and make the person feel bad for leaving you or for hurting you or whatever you need the closure for, or there's a part of you that wishes you could get back together. So here she is putting the ring back on. She's going to meet Muhammad in Casablanca. Been to Casablanca. It is just as beautiful as it looks on TV. I'm like, this girl is making it look like Morocco is bad because of the men that she's dealing with. It's actually a very beautiful place with very nice people. But anyways, she's there. She's waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And guess who doesn't show up? Surprise, surprise, Muhammad.
Are you kidding me? Don't want to see you anymore. I have a fiance. If he had a fiance, then why did he tell me to come here yesterday? He said, I don't want to hear from you anymore. Everything about this trip has been I'm just so done with these pieces of men. How does Muhammad get engaged? In what world? I'm still single, but Muhammad is engaged. Ah!
I cannot believe that Emma really thought Muhammad was going to meet up with her. Whether or not he had a fiance, you really thought this man was going to meet up with you? You have shown yourself to be neurotic when you're in a relationship with him. You're a little unhinged. You're a little unstable. Don't get me wrong. Those men were entertaining other women, which is not okay. She was doing her own stuff that was also not okay. So then she's going to angrily walk over to the beach, throw the ring into the water, say, oh, well, best of luck to that girl. She's going to be bankrupt having to finance Muhammad's life. But you, 2 seconds ago, wanted to get back with him. Ain't that something? You wanted to get back with him, but now you're like, oh, well, sorry to that lady. She's going to be in big trouble dealing with him. Okay. She says it's time for her to finally let go of trash men, and she's going to wait around for a guy who's going to love her properly, I think there's a lot of inner work that needs to be done before that happens. Because respectfully, even if a good guy comes around, because she's so used to chaos and drama, I don't even think she'd be able to savor that good relationship. We've all, let me not say we've all, because I hate when people do that, but a lot of us have been in a situation where you finally get that good thing, whatever it is, a good job, a good person, a good friendship, and you don't necessarily appreciate it the way that you should or the way that you thought you would because you weren't prepared to receive that. Your mindset is still thinking that the ball is going to drop one way or another. So get some therapy, and not even in a derogatory way. I think a lot of people could benefit from therapy, even if they're not as unhinged as Miss Girl Emma, but get some therapy. Talk to a professional. There's a lot that she needs to work on before she jumps into another relationship, especially a long distance one. Next is Laura and Birkan. The last time we saw Laura, she was venting to Michal about this gambling addiction or whatever, gambling dependency, I don't know, that she has recently found out about Birkan, right? And Michal is like, yeah, I don't like this. I'm seeing too many red flags. Can I come to Turkey? She's like, let me consult Birkan before I give you an answer. Michal didn't care for the consultation. He booked the flight anyways. So now Laura has to go to Birkan to be like, hey, Michal's on the way. And he does plan to see us, obviously. Birkan is not happy about this, and I cannot blame him because these two have admitted to already having feelings for each other. It might not have been at the same time, but they had feelings nonetheless. So naturally, when Michal shows up, Birkan is not impressed.
Hey!
Hi, friends.
Oh my God, wild.
Michal.
Birkan.
Okay. So, buddy, what you watching?
Scarface.
You like American classic movies?
No, I enjoy pretty much violence.
I need Laura to actually just be objective in this moment, right? Whether or not you have admitted to Birkan that you've had feelings for Michal before, or that Michal has had feelings for you before, you have shown to have this codependency with Michal. They spend so much time together to the point where other people in their life are like, yo, what's going on, right? So of course, your boyfriend, the person who you want to have a future with, is going to take issue with how close you are with this person who is your best friend. It's looking a little bit more like more than best friends. You know what I'm saying? As we know, Laura believes that Birkan is being controlling regarding the whole Michal situation. Number one, if you are feeling like he's controlling, why are you going to continue the relationship? But anyways, I think, yes, there is an element of control. There is also a protectiveness that's happening. This person is very open about not approving of this relationship, and they're obviously coming to cause a rift in our relationship. I'm going to have an issue with that. I'm also going to be protective of my partner who is spending exponential amounts of time with somebody who's not me. What? That's a problem. This man also came all the way to Turkey with gifts for Laura. Ooh, look what I got you. You said you love this. I got this for you. That's a problem. Either way, Birkan is like, you know what? I'm going to let bygones be bygones. I'm going to play nice. He admits that he was being a jerk on purpose so that he could set boundaries. But moving forward, he's like, I'm just going to try to play nice because I need to keep my enemies close. So he agrees to take Laura and Michal out on the town to see the place and all of that. As they're exploring the city, Birkan is opening up about, his money struggles and stuff. And surprisingly, Michal is being more understanding than what I thought he would be, but he's still being firm to say, hey, I don't agree with this relationship.
Tell me more about your debt.
Corona hit. Everything just up. I lost my places like this. Cafe.
This isn't gambling debt, then.
Yeah, exactly. It's only a way for me to make money.
I don't see gambling being a way of surviving. I can't see it. I don't see it working.
Michal is so shady. He's so shady, but because he's trying to be like the sweet friend, the nice guy, it doesn't really come across as shady. But he's saying to Birkan, the type of person who my friend deserves is somebody who's like a best friend, somebody with shared interests, somebody who really understands her, somebody who she can confide in, somebody who. And Birkan is like, I'm picking up what you're throwing down and you're basically describing yourself. So what are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? Michal's like, yeah, I feel like Laura needs to be married to somebody who's like a best friend. Birkan is like, well, you identify as her best friend. So again, what are you trying to say? Like, what are you trying to say here? You guys have been so close for so long. Why haven't you fallen in love? Both of them are quiet, but as we know, they have fallen in love with each other at different times, but they've fallen nonetheless. And then we see Laura in her confessional, and she's like, yes, there's more to the story that I have not told Birkan. He can see it. He doesn't have to be told, though you should tell him, but he can see it, okay? We're not dumb. You love this man, Michael. For whatever reason, you guys aren't together, but you should just get together because, quite frankly, you're wasting Birkan's time. Birkan is also wasting her time. Birkan is also wasting her time. This man just wants a ticket to America, and he wants to run away from his debt, and he probably wants to put her into more debt and then live his young, wild, and free life. But still, as far as the relationship is concerned, Laura is just as in the wrong as Birkan is. Next is Aviva and Stig. So Aviva's aunt, what's her name, Spring? I think it's Spring, is still around. And Stig is concerned because he's like, she might give information that would cause Aviva to break up with me. And she would be stupid to leave me for something like that. I hate statements like that so much. I cannot stand it. It's like, oh, you'll regret it. And so what? I promise you every single, guys, I can say this categorically. Every single time somebody told me I would regret something, I never regretted it. Never did. So shut up. Talk about she'd be stupid to break up with you over something like this. Anyways, Aviva's cousin is like, you know what? Let's just call the source. Let's see if this man really is cheating on you. So the girl is talking about, you know, whatever relationship she has with Stig. Unfortunately, there's no more receipts than what we've already seen, which... Listen, if y'all were trying to pin this man as a cheater, you had to come with a laundry list of examples. So that's on y'all. But either way, can you imagine? Aviva is not even pressed about the fact that he potentially was cheating on her. She wants to know when the cheating happened. If they had a sexual relationship at all, that means Stig was lying to you. That's the most important part. Stig was lying to you. But no, she wants to know when the sex happened. Aviva, I'm gonna need you to, Aviva, please, have some sense. Sure, it would hurt if you find out that your timelines did overlap. But wouldn't it be more hurtful to know that when faced with evidence, the man still had the gumption to lie in your face and feel no way about it? That doesn't concern you more? Okay. Anyways, because there wasn't too much incriminating evidence, basically she believes him. He does admit that he was entertaining women when he was supposed to be exclusive with Aviva, but he's not going to tell her that. If she believes that he's telling the truth, then he's just going to stick with that story. They did meet up with the dad. The dad at first was also questioning Stig, but then he was like, no, my son is a good son. Like, he wouldn't do something like that. Whatever. So now these two are on good terms, right? And she's thinking, in as much as I do believe you, I feel like the life that you live now comes with me having to deal with rumors and speculation and stuff, which is true. And he also did tell you that. So don't be surprised. He prepared you for this. Now Aunt Spring has left. These two are, on better terms. They go to, I think it's like the Mayan side of Belize, and they do a cooking class and stuff. And it is during this date that they're having where they now want to talk about conceiving.
You have pregnancy clearance?
Maybe.
When is your period due?
I'm not really sure. Usually around this time.
Do you want to take a test?
I think we should. How would you feel if I was?
Excited.
So these two are wondering if they've already conceived, because although they're now using protection, they weren't at the beginning, which is so scary because at the beginning they weren't even married. Can you imagine? They weren't even in love yet. They hadn't even defined their relationship yet. You had met him for the first time and you're having unprotected sex out the gate. Like, that's risky, very risky. But yeah, now they said I love you. So now she's like, oh, well, it's okay if I get pregnant. And I still want that ring at the end of this trip. Mind you, she still has so much speculation about how serious this man is, about him entertaining other women. Even the rumors alone would be a problem for me. Like, regardless of the lifestyle that you live, I want to be able to be with somebody where I don't have to worry when somebody comes to me with drama. My immediate thing is, could never be my person, could never be my boyfriend, could never be my husband. I wouldn't want to be with somebody who I would have to question when people come up to me and say stuff, but I also wouldn't want to be with somebody who is so prone to rumors being said about him to begin with. I don't want to deal with either one of those things, especially being long distance, especially having the trust issues that Aviva has. So if you're choosing a life with this man, just know that it comes with the territory, and just know that you're probably going to question his faithfulness. And if you're okay with that, then all right. Next is Elise and Josh. She ended up going out with Josh, the friend Chris, Natalie, and the whole gang, everybody, right? When she came back, she went to bed and she woke up alone. She's concerned because she's like, the place is a mess. I'm alone. Like, where is everybody? I'm scared, right? Turns out Josh had errands to run in the middle of the night, and he thought when she was sleeping would be the perfect time to just leave her alone in the apartment, get work done, and then just come back in the morning without a trace.
Where is he? What is he doing?
Place is a disaster. I just feel alone. He saw me crying and left. So you don't care that I'm upset?
What are you upset about? This is the best time to get work done.
I see Elise crying, and I sort of panicked. I know how fiery she gets. I didn't want a water bottle thrown at my head.
First of all, him leaving in the night and just leaving her alone like that, I'm not with that. But you couldn't have left her a message, like a note or anything. You couldn't have told her before she went to sleep that you had plans to get some work done. You couldn't have sent her a text that she would wake up to in the morning. Like, I don't understand. Unless I'm not understanding, because it does seem like they texted about something, and she had said something about the friend Natalie, and he got upset about that. So he does admit that he was responding in a petty way. He also said that he didn't want to be completely honest because he knows how fiery Elise could be, and he didn't want a bottle to be thrown at him. We got to unpack that at some point. What do you mean? Has something already happened, or like what? Like, huh? He's already going to, oh yeah, she's likely to throw something at me because she could be so fiery. Okay. I don't remember what brought them back together, but they ended up, patching things up. He takes her out surfing, I think it was. And on this surfing date, she just wants to learn more about his situation because he's looking very unstable, and that makes her weary, right? He says the instability started, I think he said it was a year ago or something. I don't remember when it happened. But his child's mother and his child moved an hour away from Bondi, and that just caused him to spiral into this party lifestyle. Like, he just didn't really know how to cope with all of this. Instead of going after his family or trying to settle his life so that he could care for his family, he decided to party. Right. Okay. So Elise says the instability is a concern for her because she's been in relationships where people have run her dry. They have caused her to have a lot of financial, ruin, and her parents had to be the ones to come clean things up. So she's like, are you going to be another person who's going to use me for my money? In a cheeky way, this man is going to say, well, why would I be using up your money if I'm already using that? Well, don't be a smart ass. Let's not do that, okay? Because two can play that game. Let's not do that. But I understand her concern. This man does not seem fiscally responsible. So it does look like you're going to run me dry of my money. And it's really not my money. It's my parents' money because they're going to come up and clean the mess. And here she goes. So she comes to us and she opens up about this relationship that she was in when she was really young. He is who she moved to Florida with. Unfortunately, shortly after, he did pass away, which has to be so devastating. She believed that this was the love of her life. So she's now in Florida by herself. She didn't really know what to do. So from then, she found it hard to trust people. So seeing somebody who is so unstable makes it hard for her to want to believe the things that he's saying. He's also lied about so many things. So here she goes consulting her parents, and I was thinking her parents were going to be like, it's time to come back home. Why are her parents being understanding?
Give us the tea. What's going on?
Very worried about his finances.
What do you think he's lying about?
Living with this girl named Nat. I think she has a financial chokehold on him.
I don't think you need to be drastic about it. I hear what you're saying, but it's a little early to say that. You just met him.
If I had the luxury of parents who were well off, well to do, who could just come and clean up all my messes, then I guess I would be this reckless too, because I'm sorry. The parents are like, oh, well, just give him a chance or whatever. And don't get me wrong, he hasn't shown any evidence of wanting to use her money. He even said, like, have I asked you to pay for anything here? Who's using you? But he's showing behavior that explains him to be somewhat of a liability if they were to be in a relationship. And the parents are like, oh, don't write him off too quickly. Oh, give him a chance. Don't accuse him so fast. Okay. Simultaneously, Josh is talking to, I think it was Chris. And he says, I don't appreciate how she's judging me like this because of her past. She's obviously projecting. And in as much as she is, in part, projecting, you are not showing yourself to be somebody who is trustworthy. You're not living a life that she can bank on. You're not doing anything worth investing in. Your job is in the air right now. You're living under somebody else's roof and they are completely financing your life, it seems. You don't have a stable enough life with your child and the mother of your child. Like, what's the point of sticking around in this relationship? What's the point of me fully trusting you? I don't even understand why she's still here in the equation to begin with. You know what? Let me not even judge the man. If she's still sticking around, then she must love it here. Next is Lisa and Daniel. Guys, for the first time, we're not starting or ending with Lisa and Daniel. This is new. Not too much to say about them today. They are on the way to meet Daniel's uncle because they have to apologize because the uncle gave a blessing under false pretenses. Now, here goes Miss Lisa. Oh my gosh, Lisa, wrap it up.
May I please explain, Uncle?
Where is the honesty?
When I came to you and I told you I have stopped. My culture is very different in America.
Our abomination.
I can't breathe.
Why is she crying?
Lisa, you always share crocodile tears.
I'm always tickled when Lisa cries because, sweetie, you're not fooling anybody. These two are equally scamming each other. And I saw a TikTok, it's an older TikTok now, but people were coming out saying that Lisa has scammed them. Family members are saying Lisa has scammed them. Friends are saying Lisa has scammed them. Like, this is not a new thing for Lisa. I can't believe these two are just going scam for scam and they're sticking around to see which scammer is gonna take the cake here. But yeah, I'm with the uncle. The uncle is like, yo, the more she cries, the less I believe her. Facts. And he's here like, yeah, being a lesbian is an abomination. And I know that that's hard to hear, especially when you're coming from a more progressive country, but you had to know that that was Daniel's stance. That was Daniel's family stance. That's likely a big, part of Nigerian culture that they don't agree with same-sex relationships. And then she always has the argument of, well, this is accepted in my country. Well, it actually wasn't accepted for a long time. And even now, you're still going to find some pushback. So can we be realistic here? She's acting like she's coming from this utopian society where everybody just loves love and there's no pushback whatsoever. That's not true. So when you go to a considerably more conservative country, you had to have known that they were not going to be accepting of you being married so many times and to women. The uncle revoked his blessing. I don't remember him eventually giving it back. I think he's remaining that as of right now, it's going to be revoked. So I don't know what these two are going to do. You even had Daniel getting on his knees to beg for the blessing back. I said, this is something. Daniel, you're really going to the ends of the earth to get this visa. You know what? I got to rate the commitment. This man is on a mission. Lastly, we have Rick and Trisha. Rick is actually becoming a better sport regarding village living. He's still complaining. That's one thing that you can always count on Rick for. But, he's taking the cold shower. He's, putting up with the bunk beds and stuff. He's doing okay. He's doing better than before. Trisha's dad still has questions. He feels that it's unfair for Trish to be in a relationship with somebody who has already lived life, so much life. He's already had two families, right? And as a young girl, she should be afforded having her own family. And unfortunately, being with Rick just doesn't allow for that. So she wants to know if the dad would be okay if Rick doesn't come around. And he's like, no.
He's a good man, and I love him so much. Even though he hurt me so much, it's hard for me to lose Rick.
From Trisha's perspective, I can understand how it feels like your dad is being unreasonable, how it's like, well, damn, isn't love enough? Like, I love this man and he takes care of me. Shouldn't that be enough? She's already acknowledged that their values are misaligned. She's already acknowledged that being with him, she would have to miss out on a lot of things that she would have wanted for herself. But she's sticking around. So from the father's perspective, yes, he's imposing some of his own beliefs, some of his own desires, but his desires seem to be in line with what Trish initially wanted for herself. So if she's not going to stand up for herself, he's going to have to. And it sucks for her that her dad has to, lay down the law. But I agree with the dad saying, I'm not going to give the blessing if this man can't come to a decision to give you kids and stuff. Like, that is an honor. And that's an honor that I want you to experience. And this man can't give you that. Trisha's a young girl. I think she's 5 years younger than me. She really believes she loves this man. Or maybe she's, really convincing me that she loves this man. But she doesn't know how much she's going to be missing out if she hitches her wagon to him. I'm with the dad. If at the very least this man can't budge on having kids, then I don't support it. I hear it. I hear it. Trish, you want kids. She's okay being a stepmom, but she also wants children of her own. And she should be allowed to be with somebody who's going to, want that as well. If for other reasons they're unable to, that's a separate issue. But at least be with somebody who aligns with you on that value. And he's not there. Girl, let it go. It's okay. It's going to suck. It's going to hurt. You're going to cry. You're going to cry. But you're going to pick yourself up and you're going to find somebody who's going to love you the way that you need to be loved. Okay? Okay. Anyways, as always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.